Hey, welcome back to the Think Bigger Real Estate Show. You're going to notice again that my voice is kind of sexy today. So I won't ask for forgiveness for that because I know some of you will probably enjoy it. At this time of year, we're coming up on the end of the first quarter, and we're at a point where we're checking in to see how we're doing. Hopefully, if you're like me, you had a business plan, and that business plan had specific goals as to what you wanted to achieve for the year. You probably then broke that business plan down into quarterly and even monthly milestones or checkpoints. And we can see the end of March. It's just over a week away. And in that time frame, we have spring break. So some of you may be taking off and want to be cognizant of maybe lesser activities during that time. So right now might be a good time for you to be evaluated to see how your first quarter went. And if you're like me, maybe you've run into some things that you didn't expect. I've been out for the past number of days. Maybe that's why you haven't heard from me. And why I'm even broadcasting from home today is because I didn't want to get anybody sick. So thank you. Or you're welcome that I canceled some appointments with some of you and kept it with some of you other people. I'm sorry for those of you who I didn't cancel it with, but it was actually per your request that you thought you could handle it. So I want to go through 4 points really quickly to what we can do if we find ourselves behind on our goals. So the first thing that you should not do is, well, I guess this is going to be a lesser year, so I'm going to adjust my plan down, or I'm going to adjust my goals down to meet reality, because this is the reality, right? Because that's what happens a lot of times is we get into this mindset of like, well, I had these plans, but then I got sick, but then the market did this, and so we start backpedaling on what we committed to, the life that we actually wanted, the business that we actually wanted. And a commitment to you being a part of Think Bigger Real Estate is to help you get beyond those silly excuses and realize that, no, you made a commitment to yourself and to your family to have a certain business, have a certain life, and I'm going to hold you to it. I'll hold myself to it. We're going to hold ourselves to it. How about that? So the first thing we need to do is stop with that stinking thinking. Is to stop telling ourselves like, it's as a result of the circumstances, and it's just something that I need to accept. You can accept it or you can choose not to. So step number 1 is to change your thinking and stop talking about the excuses. Every time you talk about, well, the market has done this, or I was a little bit sick as I cough. See how powerful the mind is? When I say sick, I start coughing. Stop talking about those things. Stop talking about the reasons why you haven't, and start filling that void with the reasons why you can and the things that you need to do. So that's step number 1, change your thinking. Number 2 is you're going to need to change your plan. Like you actually need to readjust the fact that now you've got 3 quarters left and you maybe have more than 3 quarters of the work yet to do. So adjust your plan. Doesn't mean you need to do it all in the second quarter, but it might be a good idea to adjust your plan to where you've now leveled out the rest of the year to equate for maybe where you're behind. Number 1, change your thinking. Number 2, change your plan. Number 3 is you're going to need to change your activity level. Okay, we are going to need to change our activity level. So what I mean by that is you're going to actually have to work harder, okay, which really means you're going to have to say no to some things that are pretty comfortable right now. And that might be going home early. That might be showing up late. We are going to have to get rid of some of those things and actually going to have to work harder in order to achieve those same goals in less time. Okay, so that's point number 3. Point number 4 is working smarter. You're going to have to change how well you convert. Okay, it means you're probably going to need to be taking appointments with people that can get you there faster. You might need to pre-screen your people a little bit better as far as who you're meeting with. I know I am. You probably also are going to, when you're in those appointments, going to need to be more effective. Like a 2-hour sit-down meeting is probably going to be too much. You need to start cutting those appointment times in half and doing more appointment in less time, if that makes sense. So again, that's the 4th point, is start working smarter. My guess is if you had some reason that you really absolutely had to find success in the way that you set out to at the beginning of the year, you'd figure it out. For example, let's say one of your children or grandchildren gets cancer, and the only way to get the treatment that they need is by you having a certain amount of money to qualify for the program. My guess is you would figure this stuff out. You'd start thinking differently. Your plan would quickly be differently. You would probably start working a lot harder, and you'd probably start working a lot smarter because you would figure this out. So that may not be your circumstance, but the second that we give ourselves leniency and we stop treating things as if they are serious, then pretty soon our life becomes lukewarm and pretty mediocre. So again, my commitment to you is to help you think bigger, have a better business so you can have a better life and have greater impact. So hopefully this has been helpful. If it has, please comment, share, and I look forward to communicating with you in the next video. Have a great day, everybody.